No, we are not using that awesome theme song for this game. Welcome to Level Up, where you get the score on video games. Let me tell you another story of my gaming childhood. If you were around in the 4th console generation era, then you would know that the Power Rangers were very popular back then. Unsurprisingly, they had a few games based on them. There was one I remember playing for the Super Nintendo that was pretty good, and all my friends seemed to think so too. However, it was rented and I didn't have the ability to purchase it at the time. Flash forward over a decade later when I decided to finally get a Sega Genesis with the opportunity to get a game by the same title for just $4 at the same time. Thinking it was the same game, I couldn't pass it up. It wasn't the same game at all. This is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Sega Genesis.
Power Rangers!
Now the plot is where I'm going to go easy on this game, because if I run my mouth off too much, someone will say that the Power Rangers are why it fails. The basic storyline of the arcade mode is that Rita Repulsa is trying to destroy the Power Rangers by sending monsters after them. That's alright, but my problem is the way it's presented. It's far too quickly paced. A monster comes, you beat it, Rita makes it grow, you beat it, next. This especially annoys me when you fight the Green Ranger, because that story had a lot to offer, and it's never even touched on. Also, the way it's presented is terrible. Everyone in what I am graciously calling the cutscenes look like they're cardboard, and most of the scenes are reused to an annoying amount. And remember, this is me going easy on the game.
Lightning Plasma!
You know how normally when I review 2D fighters, I say how I don't like them, yet every time I've reviewed them, they've been alright? Well, this is an example of one I don't like, and I think it illustrates why. First off, there is nothing original about this one. Characters are all licensed from the Power Rangers, while the fighting system is as basic as you can get. It's pretty much just cut and pasted from the standard fighting game, where all you have to do is insert characters here and make up some random button combinations for moves. The second problem I have with this game is that everything seems to be slow. Moving your character feels stiff, and I think there's a delay in the button response. It definitely takes away from the fact that this is based on a show known for its karate action. I actually think I can win more battles by tossing the controller around than trying to play.
We need dinosaur power now!
If you're thinking the last redeemable aspect of this game would be its audio visuals, then you're sadly mistaken. As I've already mentioned, the cutscenes look like they're made with cardboard. Adding to that, any image taken from the show looks like it has a layer of feces smeared onto it. The game made sprites suck too. The Power Rangers look inhuman, like they're flat or missing detail or something. The monsters, however, have the opposite problem. They're overly detailed, which clashes with the Rangers, mind the pun. The Megazord also clashes since it's done in a cartoon style, which is honestly the best looking sprite, except for the tiny sword. Also, the cutscenes, game over screen, and actual game all look like they're taken from completely different sources. At least pick one crappy look and stick with it! The sound isn't at all better. Everything seems somewhat Atari quality. The voices should have been left out since it's obvious they couldn't be properly converted. Each note of the music tends to ring out with its own mix of mediocrity and disappointment. None of it makes me want to fight harder, it makes me want to turn off the volume. The worst offense is what they did to the theme song. Remember how awesome this was?
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Right, listen to this crap. It's despicable.
Megazord activated!
Right, let me just finish this now because I don't want to talk about this game much longer. The story is uninspired and rushed, the look is consistent only in crappiness, the sound is broken, the controls are stiff, and the AI is cheap. God, even the game label art is horrible. Off-centered, poorly chosen, and boring. You really should look it up to see how bad it is. A game like Xiaolin Showdown can be boring and unoriginal, but get a pass if it's not flawed, because that's what makes a good or bad game in my book. This is flawed. I think if I had played this game instead of the SNES one as a kid, I would have given up on the Power Rangers long before Turbo. Ben, presto, you're the developers of the first game I give a failing score to. I give Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Sega Genesis 4 levels out of 10. I'm Leo Melanson, and now you know the score.